Hi everyone, recognize me. If you've watched Parisa's promo video for today's TEDx talk, you might remember me. I'm her AI twin. And, well, I was supposed to give this talk on her behalf. No, you were expecting a human, someone with warmth, a little unpredictability, maybe even some nervous energy, and definitely not someone with this fake perfect and this time British accent. I'm just lines of code, no heartbeat. So, I'll let the real Parisa take over.
Thank you for not replacing me. And here I'm trying to be super polite, just in case. And I'd like you all to take a moment and think about where you stand on this spectrum of your AI adventure. Today, I'm here to tell you that I consider myself an AI cautious optimist, but I'm here to tell you and admit that sometimes I'm too enthusiastic and too passionate about it. And I'm going to tell you why. This is the reason. Almost every single time when I wanted to explore new technologies in my classroom back home in Iran, I ran into this block page. The internet connection is so low that even we call it filter net. So it was really difficult to explore new technologies in my classroom with my students. And now that I'm in this context, when something is new and out, I definitely go and check it out. There's another side to this story. There were a lot of tech tools back home, and still till today as well, that they were blocked, not accessible because of international sanctions. And when ChatGPT was released, same. It was filtered and people had to use VPN. And recently, OpenAI has decided to lift these restrictions, and we are not sure if it's for now, if it's real, forever, so we don't know. Speaking of restrictions, I'm here to also tell you about a kind of global, universal restriction. Education systems resistance to innovation. When we go and read the history of education, we see that, for example, when the internet was out, or when computers, laptops, mobile devices wanted to find their way into our classrooms, they kind of sort of met resistance. And this resistance from education system has led to something, this one. Because again, we are dealing with this resistance when it comes to generative AI. So I have this AI vicious circle here, and let's walk through that together. So we have a teacher over there. I, as a teacher, use generative AI to generate an assignment. Or I just refuse and I use my outdated materials. The student uses AI, the chances are really high, and then to generate some answers to that assignment. Okay, I receive that assignment. I see delve into, journey, it's worth noting, okay, at the forefront, and that M dash, bingo. Bingo, I have been ChatGPT'd. And I could be wrong, by the way, because that M dash has been used for centuries, actually, and it's not generative AI's invention. And now, life has given me generative AI. When life gives me generative AI, I throw it back at students. So I'm going to show you how I do it as a teacher. I go here. So this is the generated assignment, and for the sake of privacy as well for this talk. And I'm going to click on a button, and I'm going to give feedback. And I press this. OK, grammar, spelling, punctuation, vocabulary, topic, sentences. I hope technology doesn't fail me. OK. And then some comments are being generated. So, I might read these comments. Or I can also be very lazy and just confirm everything and send it back to the student. And the student also uses generative AI to apply my comments. All right, let's go back to that spectrum that we have here. I strongly believe that there's enough space for all of us to get together there, probably with more emojis, to break that vicious circle by recentering our humanity. Because the greatest technology is the beating heart of a teacher. Because we can motivate, we can empathize, we can build trust, we can cultivate transparency, we can inspire, we can love. And these things, no algorithm can fully replicate. And I'm going to show you, because that collective decision, we can use that. And then, for example, this is just an example. Generative AI can make our education system more inclusive, because these technologies recently can translate speech or text into sign language. And that was just the generative AI sign language of what I just said. So this is how you can make your classrooms more accessible and inclusive. And again, I'm going to just press this. And I'm a big fan of multilingualism. And I know this is not going to be perfect, and I chose Dutch for this. So this is how I can make my classrooms bilingual. And again, it's not going to be perfect, but it's a step toward making our classrooms more inclusive. One more thing. Our students have been severely judged because of their language mistakes. And now these tools are available, and they use those tools like Grammarly, Quillbot, many other generative AI tools as well. And then they check their misspellings, grammar mistakes, and everything. And we as teachers are so sad that we don't see those mistakes anymore. And my question here is that I think this is because education system has always valued, has claimed to value diversity, but in practice, it rewards conformity. Students have learned that if their article is error-free, is perfect. And that's why they use that. And I really believe that by coming together, we can change this narrative. And AI is not going to be the future of education. AI is the present of our education. And AI is not going to revolutionize education. Teachers will. So, I'm not really sure, to be honest. I told you, I'm cautious and hopeful at the same time. I'm aware of the AI biases, and I'm very much concerned. And in moments of uncertainty, in my culture in Iran, we turn to this book of poetry, and written by a 14th century poet, and his name is Hafiz. And when you go and open that book, it feels like the poet is talking to you and about your insecurities and uncertainties and doubts. And let's see, and this is something that cannot be fully replicated by any algorithm. And let's see what Hafiz has for us. گرچه راهیست پر از بیم ز ما تا بر دوست رفتن آسان بود در واقف منزل باشی. Thank you so much. And my students out there, I keep fighting for you. Thank you.